So, just with Liam Ryan, what's going through your mind in terms of whether you select him or not?
We won't select him, so he'll play another game of waffle. So we played him half back for a different feel. So this week, I think he's due for another 80 minutes, maybe a bit more this week. So no, he's not quite ready.
Does that mean Dom Sheed perhaps is a bit nice?
Yeah, he's in the mix. Actually, haven't had match committee to finalise it, but he'll probably the sub, maybe plays, but we haven't confirmed that just yet.
Adam, what sort of a game are you expecting? The Fremantle's games have been arm wrestles this season. Are you expecting that sort of a topic?
Yeah, well, I mean, their identity's there every week, so we're still working on ours. But it seems to be a real challenge to break through their defence. Their contest is their big strength. I'm sure long you agree with that. And their stoppage work is pretty good as well. So, yeah, only a couple of goals off being undefeated, so we sort of know what kind of game we're going to get.
Are you confident you'll be able to challenge that with the cattle you've got, the midfield particularly?
We'll give it a go, yeah. We had a good win on the weekend, but we've got a lot of work to do. So we're still working on a lot of areas of our game, and a few of the areas clicked on the weekend against the under-strength Tigers, so we're not delusional, but we're taking steps forward. So we'll get a pretty good audit this week.
Adam, does the restructure a bit of the Freo mean? What does that mean to your structure in defence?
Not really for us, yeah. So, probably got a profile of our team. They've got some experienced players and some real young players, but the next crop coming through probably aren't quite ready. So, that's why we've been playing Liam down back a little bit in case we need to use him down back for whatever reason. So, no, it doesn't change what we do.
Do you need more experience? Are you toying with Andrew Gaff?
Yeah, he's been in tremendous frame of mind, I suppose. So his leadership that he's bringing, and a guy who's very proud about his personal performance. We're dealing with a lot in terms of criticism, which is probably a bit unjustified. So really proud how he's gone about it from a leadership point of view. He's playing some good footy and he's available when needed. So probably more opportunity than forcing his way back in just yet. But the balance for us, I've been saying for a while, that they're really old or really young. So just trying to get that growth in the kids and getting our leaders to play well as well at the same time.
Do you need another tool though? Do you think against these guys if they're bringing in?
Probably, but we don't have one. So Jamison's going to be out for a little bit. He was filling in a new role, which we really liked. He's sort of developing quite well, but he's got a bit of tendinopathy, I think it is, and he's going to be out for a while. So Harry Edwards comes back to our waffle this week after suspension, so he might be an option down the track. But at the moment, we don't really have many options.
Adam, two midfields in pretty good form. How do you see that panning out, and how do you rate Freo's midfield?
Up with the best. Yeah, trying to get some evidence about where we're going is interesting because I think our improvement this year has probably been around the midfield and clearances and some centre bounce wins we've had, and our contest got a little bit better and our method around all that, largely driven by Yo and Kelly, and of course Reed's getting better every week. So we played a under-strength Tigers last week, so we're not delusional about last week's result, but we got it done. So yeah, we need a bit more work to give ourselves some real evidence that we're top tier midfield, but we're taking the right steps, aren't we? So the balance between the youth and experience is pretty good. We don't get Flynn back for a few weeks, so I think Bailey's getting better every week, but he's carrying the load again. So it'll be a very important battle. The midfield battle's huge.
Send anyone to select?
Well, yeah, we might. Yeah, I mean, we've given some little roles to Ruben over the journey, as we've seen. The problem with that is then Brayshaw pops up, or Young pops up. So, yeah, definitely part of our conversation.
Adam, is the biggest challenge, or one of the, is to score enough to win?
That's a big challenge.
And you can't really make any radical moves, can you? Because you're governing brass, you're going to need them. So there's no...
No, we scored well on the weekend, but, I think the week before, or a couple of weeks ago, we kicked 3 goals. So the ball movement piece and scoring piece is probably the last piece of the puzzle for us, and we've got a long way to go with the little things we're working on now. So we've seen some good signs, but we're not going to deviate. Like, it wasn't too long ago we lost by 100 points to Fremantle. So it's, we've got a lot of work to do. But it starts with the basics, and that's all we're working on at the moment. And until we get those in the right space, we can't really take the next step. So that won't change.
How big a challenge do your Ruckman face on Saturday night?
Our Ruckman? Pretty big, yeah, and that's always been the case against Fremantle when the two of them play. That's what we got Flinny over, but unfortunately he's unavailable. So Bailey's been pretty good. The hit-outs have been an issue, but he's sort of got a lot better at competing around the stoppage, nullifying hit-outs to advantage. But this is another step up. So he's slowly built, I reckon, since we played Fremantle in the practice match, and it was his first game. Been training as a forward, and we lost Flynn the day before, and he was pretty rusty then. And just every week he's got a little bit better with his craft, but essentially one day we'd like to see him forward.
And Jack Williams, is he likely to be the support?
Yeah, we won't change too much. Yeah, we're not in the position to start throwing things around, and I said the word synergy a fair bit, but the longer we can play in similar positions and grow together, the more connection we'll get on field. So we're a pretty open book this week.
With Luke Jackson forward, does that just make sense like a Tom Barrass for him? And what does that add to Fremantle forward line, do you say?
Yeah, it's a strength. It's a strength anyway. So, I wouldn't be lying saying Frederick's not playing. It's not the worst thing in the world for us. Some of their smalls have been really dangerous, won't be there, but collectively they're pretty strong. So, minimising entries is the first priority, and then trying to get a back six to keep work together like they have been, albeit, we've been scored against a fair bit as well. So, it's going to be a big challenge.
Tom Barrass looked a bit sore. Did you have to manage him at some stage, do you think? Back?
Yeah, I don't know. The difference between a bit sore and not playing well sometimes is. So, no, he's been really good for us from a leadership point of view, and he's definitely held up his end with his defence. No, he's not sore. He's not sore. A few people have said that, so he might just look a bit sore, but he's not.
You've both been in the chair for a few derbies. Is there any extra edge to a derby now, or is it just business as usual for both of you?
I suppose in my time, there's been different phases both clubs have been in. So the closest time when it was neck and neck was around 15. Yeah. Whereas I think we've won 10 in a row, and then they've won 5 in a row. So it's sort of been a bit lopsided the last 15 times we've played. So. I'm not sure what this week's going to give us, but we're definitely excited about it. And a home crowd, and we had 47,000 there on the weekend, and just winning's good, and having the 87 boys here as well, just was a really good environment to be in. So win, lose or draw, it's a good week for the state. We get the home game this week, so hopefully we get 50 plus, and it's going to be a nice day.
Okay, Simon, I'll ask the Harley question because he's got to be
10 minutes. Yep.
Do you actually talk to him about the derby, or from what I've seen of him, you don't need to explain what a derby's about and what it's going to be like? But
as long as we just keep remembering he's 19 now, had his birthday yesterday. So it's been great to see what he can do for the team and the club, and the attention's the attention. We can't control it, and he seems to back it up, but he's going to have down weeks as well. So as long as we're patient with his future, we hope he's with us for a long period of time. We're really pleased what he's brought, even before the weekend, and he's got confidence, which we all love. So there's no scarring with Harley in terms of the past. He just wants to play footy to win, and wants to play with his mates, and it's a great attitude.
He loves that word swagger. Do you like that word
Swagger? If you can back it up, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't think he thinks about that too much. It's just the way he is, and when guys can back it up, it probably takes you to another level, doesn't it? So when you're willing to put yourself out there. But I don't see him as an extrovert. He just plays footy in the right way.